Are you tired of tossing and turning and unable to sleep? Are you tired? Are you tired of being really exhausted the next day? Tired of lacking energy to begin each day? Because you didn't sleep enough, you have insomnia, is it hard for you to sleep? Today I'm going to explain something spectacular and easy that unfortunately a lot of people don't know. If you listen to it in depth and in its entirety, I'm sure your life can change 180 degrees for the better. It's easy and simple, and this isn't mysticism, this is science, neuroscience. Vagus nerve, parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your calm, your digestion, and preventing inflammation in your body. It's amazing. You can activate it yourself without pills or anything external. Simple and easy. And I'm giving you an amazing gift. Let's see first. First, you have to try to identify. This is something about shapes. I'm asking you, do you have to identify? What do you feel? What is it that worries you before you go to sleep? What is it that worries you? What makes you fall asleep? There is an incredible concept of natural healing, an incredible concept of healing. If you apply it in your life, not only can insomnia be overcome, but also issues with eating, habits, and your daily routines can change for the better, God willing. Incredible. Natural healing or self-healing says something incredible at the conceptual level, and if you bring it down to earth, to your life, it's spectacular. Basically, it's about leaving behind the negative and doing the positive. In Hebrew, this is also called Torah. It's sur merava asetov. Basically, leave the negative behind and focus on the positive. Let's begin the healing part. A practical and simple example. Nutrition. The person feels bad, and if they reflect, they realize that they're eating poorly, for example. They're eating poorly. They eat poorly. They eat quickly, eat snacks. Instead of eating a healthy meal like a salad or something healthy, they eat snacks quickly. In a hurry, looking at their phone or looking at the screen or the computer. That is, you realize that you have a negative eating habit, both in what you eat and how you eat. You have to know that how we eat is also very important. Not just what we eat, but how we eat. A person who even eats salad but is stressed, eats lettuce and is stressed, is surrounded by screens. That lettuce or salad clearly isn't good for them. What and how we eat is very important. I'm telling you this as a very clear example so that later, trusting your intelligence, you can apply it to different areas of your life, even in your relationships. Your relationships, your connections, your friendships, your family, your place of study, your friends. Very well. Therefore, we must first understand the Creator made us with a body that heals itself. Healing is in the hand, in our hands. What does that mean? I'll give you a very simple example. A person, God forbid, hurts their hand. Very well, at first there's blood. As days go by, the blood dries up, a scab forms, and that scab slowly disappears. Until later, if the wound isn't very big, after a few days, there's nothing there. It's like nothing happened. What happened? Did the person use a healing cream? No, as you know, there are wounds where nobody puts on any cream, nobody puts on anything. After a while, that wound is gone. It disappeared. Finish, it's over. How? Who healed her? Did the person press a button to heal, or did she take a pill that healed her wound? We all know that's not true. And the person who says no, the body healed itself, that's true, that's what people say. Now, what does it mean that the body healed itself? The Creator, God, the Creator, made us with love and creates us every moment with infinite love and renews us every moment. A person renews their cells throughout their life. It's as if a person is reborn several times during their life. Anyone who studies medicine knows that cells renew themselves. Our body is new. There are cycles of renewal. Your body is new. You are like someone who was just born. After all your cells have reset, have been remade, what is it? Have been remade? The Creator renews you constantly. It's amazing. Mystical and spiritual ideas like this are found in the Torah and Kabbalah, but that's not today's topic. But basically, to tell you that God creates our body with the potential for healing is spectacular. That is, healing is there, as I told you. Available. What needs to be done? Avoid the negative and do the positive, like I told you with the food. Avoid eating poorly and eating inappropriately, for example, while looking at a screen. Eat well, healthy, in a meditative way, consciously, calmly, with a smile. We Jews say blessings before eating or drinking and also when the meal ends. That is to say, it is an act of reflection, of gratitude to God for giving us food, giving us water, giving us drink, thank God, of tranquility. Spending time with family, making eye contact and talking about your day is wonderful. Instead of eating in front of a screen and being unaware. We are not just human beings, we are human beings who have a mission in life. We have to take care. There is a mitzvah, a commandment to take care of our body, obviously our nefesh, our soul. We have to take care of ourselves. God gives us this life, we have to take care of it. Also the physical part, like eating, exercising, everything we know is good, and avoiding the negative. As I mentioned, things like social media while eating or stress, very good. This is a bit of a long introduction, but if you understand it well, the topic of insomnia, of sleep, is going to help you a lot. Why? Because if you somehow apply what I just told you to how you're going to go to sleep, the blessing you're going to have and the sleep you're going to have and the next day you're going to have, it's amazing, God willing. Therefore, let's go to our topic, which is breaking insomnia, and not just breaking insomnia. It's that your sleep is restorative, amazing, optimal, that gives you strength and energy for the next day. I'm going to give you some tips, some advice, suggestions. If you want, if you follow them, they can change your life. Just like that, change your life. First, before you go to sleep, leave behind everything that stresses you out. News, social media that stresses you out, any kind of negative stimulus that stresses you out. A thriller movie, a conversation you know is going to be difficult, any kind of thing you know is going to affect you. Your soul or your body. As I mentioned, this isn't magic, it's science, specifically neuroscience. Obviously, I'm also talking about spiritual topics, which obviously the Torah, we could talk about this for much longer because these are very spiritual topics from the Kabbalah, incredible ones. But I'm trying to tell you, right along with the topic of neuroscience or scientific topics, teachings I believe can greatly help you spiritually. So therefore, we need to know that in our autonomic nervous system, there are two main areas, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. All right, I'm going to explain it to you in the simplest way I can if you want. The sympathetic nervous system is basically responsible for helping you in moments of danger, and it activates when a person feels an imminent threat. Therefore, obviously it's amazing. God created the sympathetic nervous system to help us survive in this life, obviously. So if the person is truly in a risky situation or context, the sympathetic nervous system is activated and the person is really in. Or fight, basically, fight. You can fight or flee. It's either flee or fight. Basically, that's what the sympathetic nervous system tells you. That somehow sends you the signals, and the system is like a red light that turns on, an alarm. And somehow your body tells you, can you fight? Can you, or do you have to flee? Very well. Now what happens? Unfortunately, we live in a world where maybe you identify with this. You live in that system, in that constant red button with social media and with the news and with conversations involving toxic people who say negative things about others, for example. Or you yourself understand that you also get nervous and also speak inappropriately. It's like a kind of vicious circle, but in a negative way. If you're in a toxic environment, it's really something you should avoid. As much as possible, obviously, if you have a close relationship and you need to help someone who's going through a tough time, obviously, that doesn't mean the person is toxic. You have to help them, obviously. I'm not speaking generally. Each person, context, and situation is unique. What I'm telling you are general guidelines, and I trust your intelligence to obviously assess what's appropriate based on what I'm explaining to you. And you, obviously, you're understanding what is it. Therefore, if you somehow live stressed out by your studies, your job, like I said, social media, suspense movies, things that make you feel bad, in some way you're sending signals to your sympathetic nervous system that you're at risk, you're in danger. There's that red button, like if you were a firefighter with that red button pressed and there's a fire. And if you live like that, your body is obviously going to suffer the consequences, both emotionally and physically. And if we talk about insomnia, it's very clear. The person can't go to sleep with that red button pressed. What I want to give you today is that you somehow unlock that red button, turn it off, and that you turn on the green button, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, which can be activated without pills or anything foreign to your body. In other words, you activate it like a green button. What is it? Who's the protagonist? And I'm going to teach you an exercise, an easy meditation, a very simple exercise to help you fall asleep. Sleep peacefully. May it bless your night and tomorrow, God willing. It's called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body that God gives you. It connects your skull, your head, your brain, your chest, thorax, lungs, and it reaches all the way to your abdomen and intestines. It's him. The vagus nerve is the main player in your calmness, your digestion, your inflammation, in other words, preventing inflammation, and your rest. It works like a green button. Amazing. How? Easy? There are many ways. I explain it in different videos, but today I'm going to give you something that is very, very easy, which is breathing. It's breathing. So first, I'll go over it very, very quickly. It is avoid anything that activates your nerve, your sympathetic nervous system. Leave the alarm in your body and don't give your body, your sympathetic nervous system, any more alarm signals. Avoid that. Stay away from social media, news, and negative things before going to sleep. Leave those aside. And with this simple meditation, simple breathing, what you're going to do is somehow activate it. Your vagus nerve, which is your system, as I told you, your parasympathetic nervous system, which gives you calm and rest, digestion, impressive inflammation. Remember, if you can, we breathe in for 7, 8, we inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. You inhale as if smelling a spectacular flower, hold and exhale for 8 seconds, like blowing out a candle. Very good. So what we do is try to be in a comfortable posture, upright, but not too upright, just so that you're comfortable near the edge of the chair. You can place your right hand over your left hand on your chest. Close your eyes. You can now, if you want, listen to the birds where I am, or if you are in a place in nature, also listen to the birds. Now, I'm sure this already calmed you down, this already activated your vagus nerve, this already started telling your parasympathetic nervous system that you're okay, you are calm, or as they say in Hebrew, bashalom, at peace. So what we do now is breathe. After we had a few seconds of calm, we inhale. Hold it, then exhale slowly for 8 seconds, making the exhalation as long as possible. You can also let me know in the comments how the exercise is going. We inhale, we hold it. Spectacular. How did it go? You can write it now in the comments and let me know. Very well, spectacular. Therefore, you do this. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 5 calm minutes in a quiet place where no one bothers you, with your phone disconnected, computer turned off, nothing to disturb you. Remove external stimuli as much as possible, also when it comes to food. Ideally, don't eat anything heavy before going to sleep. Also, try to keep your room as dark as possible. Make sure there's good ventilation and don't be too bundled up. Naturally, don't be too cold or too hot. Ideally, your room should be comfortable. And basically, the last and most important thing is open your lips and speak with God. Ask Him for help. You can say it in your own words. We Jews have everything in our prayer book. What we say, we do. Shema Israel, the great Jewish declaration, Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Echad, which means, Hear, O Israel, God is our God. God is one, basically. And we say some psalms. We say several prayers before sleep because it's important to sleep in holiness. But what does it mean to sleep with holiness? With words of prayer on your lips, to go with praises to God, to the Creator, speaking with God. That's spectacular. Consider the difference between someone stressed on social media who collapses from exhaustion after a long, stressful day of hard work. Consider what will happen during their sleep and how they'll wake up the next day. And what about someone who ate light a few hours before going to bed, maybe a fruit or a salad? They go to bed after a prayer, deep breathing, and a smile. On a spiritual level, what happens when we sleep is profound, but that's another topic, and we wake up stronger. If God wills, we receive more days and a long life. If God wants us to achieve our vision, we are fortunate. Really, when you talk to God, ask Him to help you sleep calmly, to sleep well, so that even your sleep may be a way to serve God, the Creator. That you don't want to sleep just because you want to sleep. You want to be strong, you want to be healthy, with joy, so that you can have a day, the next day, a day with a lot of strength, with a lot of energy. To fulfill your mission, ask God for guidance and help in discovering your purpose. You are unique in history, you are unique in history. It's like your fingerprint. No one else is or will ever be like you, and you have a mission. Every day and every second of your life is a mission, not just one big mission. Every moment at home, work, in studies, or on the street. A smile, helping someone, a good advice, giving money to someone in need, financial help. Like I told you, being a good listener to someone who needs your advice and saying a good word about someone, a word of motivation. God gives you moments in your life to fulfill your mission. Take advantage of them, take advantage. If you still haven't joined my beloved Israel High community, I invite you to be part of this amazing community, my community. You have the link here in the video description to request information. Those who get the membership have access to amazing courses. Obviously, members don't have to pay for the courses, while someone from outside, of course, has to pay. And a WhatsApp number, my personal one for the community. You can ask questions and connect with me. With our community, there's a weekly schedule. God willing, you'll feel an amazing sense of community and support. So, well, may everything be filled with many blessings and success. Bye.